Okay, bottom line is that's education of self. Now we need to do the second part, which is technical education. We have to teach all the things that go on in society that's needed. An idea that I'm working on, and yes, I'm putting it out here. So for all you politicians, etc., who wants to borrow my idea, and some of you like to act like you came up with it, here it is right here. We know we have a lot of job websites, etc. We need local people, local employers to put like what I'm envisioning is like a website. It could be government run or whatever, right? Where local people put up the jobs they need. They also put up the skills that's needed to fit the job. Like, I need these things, right? They also need to mention whether or not they are willing to train on the job for you to get those skills, right? It could be something culinary, and it says, okay, you don't have to have gone to a chef school, but we will train you to do certain things and to make certain type of foods, right? All you need is a high school diploma. Or some may say, you don't even need a high school diploma. I just need to know that you're going to show up, be on time, be courteous, be clean, and do the job well, right? But for other jobs that require higher skills, they can name what those skills are, right? And then to add to that, what the site can also tell people is where they can go to get these skills, right? Is it skill levels you need to go to the vocational school? Are there skill levels where you need to go to a community college and get an associate's or something, right? Is it a skill level where you need to get a bachelor's degree? Of course, the first thought that comes is, well, this job will be filled before this person gets trained. But this person would be trained and be prepared for future jobs that fill that, right? And so all societies need some jobs that require 4 years of college and then 3 or 4 years of professional school. We need eye doctors, right? I know there are different types, and I'm not going to get into the. I can communicate utilizing the polysyllabic verbiage for all of these. I can say ophthalmologist, whatever. But I just like to speak to people and like to speak where so it's conversational and me not just impressing people with my my erudite vocabulary. Anyway, so you get the point. But those are the things we need, right? We need the vision. We need education, 2 parts, where people get knowledge of themselves and understand why they are where they are and don't think it's just natural, right? When people study, this was what happened in history. This is how you got here, right? If you talk about cities like Trenton, talk about Roebling sending agents down in Dillon County, in South Carolina, and other places, right? Don't just have people, well, I know my people came to South Carolina for jobs, but now I actually understand that they were sharecroppers on the plantation, never heard of the city called Trenton until some white guys came and told them about it, right? And they didn't know that there were supposed to be scabs because the Italian-American majority population in Trenton at the time were starting to unionize in the 1920s and 30s, and Roebling and other business leaders like, okay, how do we fight against the unionization? Oh, all we need is people just to do what we tell them to do. They don't have to be very educated or whatever. So let's go into sharecropper plantations and get some of these black folks. And guess what? We can even pay them less than we pay these Italian Americans. So we not only break the unions, our costs are less, right? So, right. But I'm going to do another vlog where I go into that whole history and the things that led to the Great Migration. But right now, we're talking about getting rid of the hood mentality. Now, if you're in the projects, stop saying, oh, they don't give us anything to do. If you're a parent in the projects, right, you can start writing plays. You don't have to write in the best English. Just write some plays and try to get some kids to act out these plays. Do plays on famous black people in history, etc. If you know music, teach some of the kids some music. Give the kids other things to do. Like start thinking on that level, right? Start thinking on that level. Get kids start thinking about stuff aside from just moping around in the hood with nothing to do unless they come and do a program, right? Right? That's the type of thinking we need. So those who have knowledge, be willing to volunteer your knowledge, right? Set up programs with children and people in the hood, right? If it's a skill level stuff, right? Start doing not just entrepreneurship, But I'm looking for that word, when apprenticeship, that's the word I'm looking for. Apprenticeships with people like that, right? If there's issues of insurance, if there are issues of liability, start investigating these, right? Let's make sure our laws and all the things we do work towards this goal of changing these communities, okay? So have vision, believe in God, right? Like I said, that's my feeling. Hopefully you share it. If not, God gave us free will. Get knowledge of self. Get real education knowledge, right? Come up with ideas. Banks, start talking about microloans and other loans to help people get seed money for capital to get things going. If they're abandoning houses, start talking about group investments and investigate the legality of it. That's a place where lawyers like me can get involved. So people who do have a little money, if you have, if you need $100,000 to do renovate a house and put it on the market, maybe you can get 100 people with $1,000. So we need to start looking at things like microfinancing and that type of thing, and look at the local, federal and state banking laws and things like that, so we can start implementing these things. The bottom line is we have to set vision, we have to set goals. I talked about parity, socioeconomic parity with society at large. That can be the goal. And of course, averages change as certain people get better, but we could do the averages and averages out. So if in one generation, in 25 years, we can average it out or even get even close to it, I think it would be worth it. So that's my vlog today. Thank you.